And good evening, welcome back to another playthrough live and exclusive to YouTube. I am your host Switchbone for the remainder of the evening. Now for those of you who've never been here before, this channel we usually play games blind live for the first time, but this is part of an ongoing series where I go back to my university years and play Gran Turismo 4 on the PlayStation 2. Of course, the chat box is open in that direction. If you got any comments you want to get in there, I'll do what I can to interact with you all. And for those of you who've been here before, whether you watched me go through the classic World Endurance Championship, the 1,000 miles here on Gran Turismo 4, the hellaciously brutal battle against the Minotaur in Shin Megami Tensei 4, all the Persona games, all the Danganronpa games, or even some of the classic streams like Final Fantasy 7 and Forza 4, a massive, colossal welcome back to all of you. That includes you, Joe, jumping in there saying good evening, everyone. Good evening to you. And also, Aristocrat, you say you've been cleaning out your cosplay room in your house today. Well, that's always a very difficult job. I know how hard that is. Mine really needs doing. I should get round to it at some point. But otherwise, I'm absolutely brilliant. Thank you all for coming along tonight. And tonight's stream, you all chose it. We are going to be taking on the Laguna Seca endurance race. So this is the Laguna Seca 200 miles, and it's a single race facing the formidable challenge of the legendary corkscrew of Laguna Seca. I've done some research on the kind of cars that turn up here. They are all regular road cars. So, they're all American too. And which means that for tonight's race, we are driving in the Cadillac Chien. Yes, we last drove this in the driving mission at the track Sears Point, more commonly known on this game by the other name, but we use Sears Point as it's known in the bowels of the USA. And yes, I did forget the name of Infineon for a moment. I started to think for some reason of another track completely. So we're up against a Pontiac GTO for 4, a Chevrolet Camaro SS from the year 2000, the Celine S7 from 2002, you may have seen that in many GT tournaments, a Ford GT from 2005, and a Shelby Series Supercharged. So all in the same kind of era, cars within 5 years of each other, and we're here in the monstrous Cadillac Chien O2 prototype. So the question is, just how powerful and formidable are we? We've got racing super hard tyres on. Meanwhile, Avian jumping in as well saying, hi everyone, good evening to you, how are you doing? Now you might have noticed there is a little bit of mileage on the clock, purely because I was doing a little bit of testing, but nothing too taxing. And here we are, and also, good evening to you when you say you're here on your brand new shiny phone. That's awesome. Is it an S23? I have no idea if that's a good one or not. Again, I know very little about tech. My phone's nearly 4 years old now, and you know what? It's still brilliant. Oh, sorry, Mr. Camaro driver. You turned in on me and ended up in the sand. That's your problem, not mine. Oh, wow, this thing is nippy. This is a fast car. This feels kind of like a European sports car. It doesn't really feel like an American muscle car. This is a very, very different change. Normally you think of American cars, you think of it turning leftish and rightish, and that's about it. But nope, this is great. And meanwhile, good, say it's faster than your old one, Avian, that's all that matters, no big deal. So it's absolutely awesome. Queen even. I'm getting all my comments mixed up, I can't keep up with the chat tonight it seems. And we're barely, what, 1 minute into the stream? This is not going well, is it? Now I'm trying to be deliberately gentle on the throttle because this car can generate quite a lot of wheel spin, and I want to try and try and control that as much as I can. That's very true, Queen. Yes, it's not a Jag. It's a bit less sophisticated than the Jag. Awfully sorry. Can you go if everything's repaired? I'm just going to go and fire up the CAD. Doesn't quite work, does it? The CAD. Now, if it was a Chad, on the other hand, that'd be a totally different thing, but it's not. Yep, so this is Laguna Seca. We've got quite a lot of laps here. You all voted for it, so get your comments in there as best as you can to get through the remainder of the stream. Depending on what time we finish, we may have time for another race before the end of the stream tonight. All depends on how rapid this car is. It's lightning out of the corners, I'll give it that much. Not so dynamite in them, but it's got great acceleration out of the corners. And with hills like this one, up to the corkscrew, power is always a good thing. It has a very twitchy rear end. It's very easy to lose control of the rear end on the way into corners in this car. It's a car which makes you think, ooh, do I really need to drive that hard? And the answer is yes, of course you do. I mean, I could have turned up to this in one of my Le Mans prototypes, but I think that would have been a bit too silly, to be honest. I want to try and race in cars of a similar caliber, so this is kind of like their equal. I'm having to brake a lot earlier because even though it's got racing brakes on, it's not got the downforce to stop the car quickly. Here I'm trying to avoid getting too heavy on the throttle, too much wheel spin. Because if I do that, I can protect the tyres. And if I can protect the tyres, it'll mean I don't have to stop as many times. 90 lap Grand Prix, realistically we'll be looking at a 5 stop, possibly 4. But I think a 5 stop's the most likely. 4 stops would be every 15 laps, so it's a question of whether we can make that far or not. I won't be able to get to 30 laps, not only will the tyres not last, but I think I'll run out of fuel if I do that. You see what I was talking about with the rear end then? It just switched away from me, middle of the corner. It's one of those cars where it kind of has like a loose rear end, it's very unstable. It's got a lot of power though, so I'm kind of not surprised. I'm still going quicker despite that. I'm not on hards, Joe. No, I'm on super hards. I'm actually on the really tricky ones. I'm on the really slippery tyres because I'm aiming to go very, very long. I imagine hard tyres on this will burn out just too quickly. Given the distance of the race, I want to make sure I can get towards the end with as few stops as possible. Niki Lauda once said, the idea of winning the race is to win it in the slowest time possible, and he's not wrong. So of course, being on racing super hard tyres makes the back end very skittish as well, because they're not exactly designed for ultra gripping here, they're designed for like long-term wear. What many drivers are called being like driving on stones. You hear F1 drivers and motorsports drivers say that a lot. It's like I'm driving on stones. It's because they're not getting a lot of grip from the tyre, they're not getting a lot of bite into the surface, they're more sliding along the top of it. Well, in real life you might perish if you go too fast, Queen. But in a Gran Turismo game, it's not really something that happens. At least I don't, unless there's like a weird mod that I don't know about. Which, knowing the GT community, there probably is one. Maybe that's why they put an ambulance in GT7's latest patch as one of the cars you can get, a high-ace ambulance. And no, I'm not making that up. It even has Japanese announcements like telling you to watch out, it's going right and all that kind of stuff. That's right, Queen, yes. The softer the tyres, the more grip you have. But obviously, because you've got more grip, you're carrying a lot more speed. And you're wearing them out faster. Plus, because they're softer, they're naturally more fragile anyway. So it's one of those, it's a trade-off. Do you want outright pace and having to do more pit stops? Or do you sacrifice outright pace and go long? Some tracks that can be it can be a massive difference maker. Best example I can give you from the modern era is in the year 2002, when in Formula 1, Ferrari had developed an ultra-competitive tyre with their supplier Bridgestone. So what they did was deliberately have a very short fuel tank and aim to do more pit stops, but because they had so much speed in the tyre and the engine, they were able to go through. Oddly enough, Joe, I don't think anyone's actually done that livery yet, but you're probably right. It would be quite an interesting tribute to bring back, the Renault Espace F1. And I say, the franchise might need first aid, Queen, but adding an ambulance is not going to provide it. They need to be a bit more creative than that. What they need more than anything is more races. That's what they really need. For the players who don't want to be in the online sport mode, they need more to do offline. There's too little you can do in the current build of the game. Not without making your own races. Good job, though. I was debating bringing the Ford GT to this, but then I saw the Cadillac Cheehan and thought, oh god, no, I'm using that. Not used it properly yet in this game. I thought I might as well get some mileage out of it. And for an American car, it has a mid-engine rear-wheel drive. That makes it very unusual. American cars normally have a big, massive truck engine at the front. In terms of the physics of Gran GT7, Joe, they've changed them quite a few times. So the problem is that if you played the game ages ago, I'd probably suck at it now because they've changed the physics and made it very different. It also doesn't help that there's a massive disparity between the wheel users and the pad users. If you're someone who's got access to a severe racing rig, you can absolutely blitz everyone no matter how good they are. On the flip side, if you're on certain tracks, the controller has way more power inputs. So they've actually not got the balance right between wheel users and regular pad controller users. And having looked at how much it costs to have a racing setup for GT7, it's just too much. You're talking about as much as it cost me for my gaming desktop PC to play one game, which I don't find a wise investment personally. Don't get me wrong, those who can afford it or excuse it, more power to you, and I hope you enjoy it, but for me, it's just too much investment. He didn't take too kindly to me getting past him then, that GTO driver. He bumped me at least twice. Which game was that then, Queen? Which game did I accidentally slag off that you said was fun? Because knowing me, I've slagged off your baby and not realised it. So we're doing alright for pace so far. We're doing quite decent. Yeah, no one likes to be lapped, especially in less than 1/10 of race distance. See you later, Camaro driver. Ah, that's true, yes, well, Dishonored 2, but the thing is, Queen, I didn't just buy it for Dishonored 2, because obviously I'm playing this now on it in 4K. You've seen the quality improvement on SMT4 and what I've been doing the remote play stuff for the PS5. So it's been good to be able to play games and enjoy them without having to worry about... I'm running Resident Evil 4 Remake. That ran beautifully. But Dishonored 2 I really enjoyed. I tried playing it on the PS5 and it's absolutely horrible. The inputs are terrible and it runs at 30 frames per second. It's pathetic. Meanwhile, good evening and welcome back, Avian. Hope everything's okay. So far we're on target by the looks of it. We're on target to absolutely blitz this because our pace is strong and the lap times are good and the tyre wear is holding up for now. Can it hold up for at least another 6 laps is the question. If it can, then we're absolutely golden. Yay, a new fastest lap. Jack, I do actually like a lot of the tracks. Laguna Seca is a great fun track to drive. When it first came into the series in Gran Turismo 2, I absolutely hated it because none of the circuits were anything like it. But now all of a sudden, it's a lot more smooth to drive. And it's funny you should say that, Queen. I was actually tempted to make that same joke myself, but I stopped myself. So you actually stole my joke from my head. Get out of my head. You really don't want to be in there. It's not a nice place to be. Interesting. I think the Ford GT's in 3rd place. I'm 4th place. I'm surprised at that. Oh, you got lost. Oh, well. You're screwed now then. You're screwed worse than my team when we fought the Minotaur on SMT4. Now that is how you lap traffic. That is the way to lap traffic. Up the inside at the corkscrew. I mean, technically, Jack, as for like a Persona SMT inspired car, you could always go with Morgana's bus, or you do a Morgana thing for the ambulance in GT7. That could work. Or buy a red Chevrolet Corvette and make it Christine from SMT2. Well, they've already been lapped at lap 12. That's quite embarrassing. That is absolutely embarrassing. I've blitzed by them that fast. They say I'm trying to be as gentle on the throttle as I can. The tyres, as a result, are holding up a lot better than I thought they would. I might even be able to go beyond 15 laps there, but I don't think it's going to get to the point that I can do a free stopper. I really can't see that. Because that'd be what? Lap 20, lap 40? No, that would still be a 4-stopper. I need to get to lap 25, and I can't see the tyres holding out for another 12 laps. I really can't see it. Having said that, if I can get to like decent lap time and get to the point where I want to meet the hard tyres on to go a bit faster, that'd be awesome. Jack, 999 laps. Depends on what the race was. If it's not tracking the shoe, then it'd be dead easy. It still take a long time. It'd still take about, oh good lord, how many hours would that take? Something sort of like 8 hours. But if we had 999 laps of the circuit, just like the shoebox, then that'd be quite bad. Having said that, I think a Gran Turismo streamer once, Arista Jack, did a race that was 200 laps of the Nürburgring. That's a very long time. That's an incredibly long race. Because I know that the 24 hours of Le Mans, I think the lap record is something like 391, and that was on a 3-minute lap. So when you think about it, if you did a lap at somewhere like, say, Road Atlanta, for example, I think 999 laps is doable. If they made the Petit Le Mans at the Road Atlanta a 24-hour race, yeah, I reckon that could be possible. 999 laps, actually. Now I think about it. You'd have to have a team of drivers switching out like in regular Le Mans, but I reckon that's possible. You can see the back tyres now are starting to go orange. They're not dangerous just yet, but they are at the point where they're going to start burning out and spinning. But we are so far on course for the pit stop strategy that I want, which would be awesome. If I can make it to lap 20, that'll be a 4-stop strategy. If I can make it to lap 17, I'd probably just about do a 4-stop as well now, think about it. But it'd be tight, that one, it'd be a tight one. Oh god, Makoto and Haru doing a race like that would be hilarious. Haru would burn the gearbox out in the first stint. Or crash everyone else off the circuit so they win by default. All they got to do then is get to the end of the race. To be fair, if they had Futaba as their pit stop strategist, their navigator, they might stand a chance actually. Meanwhile, Xtail jumping in saying hi. Good evening to you, Xtail. How are you doing? That's fantastic. Good evening to see you. As we are here at the 90-lap endurance race of Laguna Seca, we are driving in the Cadillac Chian. That's the car we're in. This nice angular Cadillac. And I can't see anything in this view. This view is horrendous. But that's what the car looks like. We saw what happened when Makoto tried to hoard the wheel, didn't we, Queen? It didn't last long. And Arista Jack, you want to know what's wrong with Haru's driving? Go and check out the archive stream of Son of 5 Strikers. Ugh, I feel dirty for doing that. That's like these horrible interaction reminders you see on videos. You know, don't forget to like and subscribe, or only 51% of our audience was subscribed at the last video, so why don't you all subscribe? And all that bollocks. And it's like, no, let people do what they want, you idiots. If people want to subscribe to your channel, they'll subscribe to your channel. Oh, dipped a toe on the sand there, and that went badly wrong. I had to let the car drift out wide. You can definitely tell the tyres are very much end of life here, but I'm going to carry on for as long as I can. I want to see how far I can push them before they completely go. After all, I've got a lap in the bank over the field, so there's no point like worrying about it at the moment. You say that monetised channels kind of depend on it, Queen. Well, it depends on what they actually get from the monetisation, because a lot of the time nowadays, with all the way that things get demonetised, declassified, deprioritised and everything else, I'm not so sure the advert revenue is worth it. And besides, half the stuff that's advertised isn't available in my country anyway these days. In fact, my pet peeve more than anything are these sponsorship videos. Are you an aging, balding man? Then why don't you sign up to Keeps? As long as you're in North America, because it's not available anywhere else in the world. Oh wait, I'm a British YouTuber and I'm still shilling for them. I've seen that too many times to count, and every time I just laugh, I'm like, really? Oh wow, Mr. Jack, that kind of manipulation is not called for. People who have genuine things like arachnophobia can be really badly distressed by that. Or people have fear of anything happening to people's eyes, you know, or anything like that. The one that I can't stand is when people gatekeep the content. If I don't get 30,000 likes, I'm going to abandon this playthrough. It's like, well, you're clearly not playing it because you're enjoying the game, are you? You're doing it purely because you want people to watch your show. And with all disrespect in the world, that means you're disingenuous and you're not worth watching. Yeah, asking at the end is fine. Nothing wrong with asking at the end of a video, Queen. Well, let's not forget, you go check out Queen 3210's channel. Got some great videos on there. Recently started playing through Phoenix Wright, and I've yet to check that out actually. I've been meaning to. These tyres are absolutely shot. I'm going into the pits at the end of this lap. Listen to that, people. I've heard less squealing from a Conservative politician in the Houses of Parliament. I've heard less squealing from a wild Karen demanding to speak to the manager. In fact, there's an idea. If you don't like the way a penalty's gone under the race, send the Karen to talk to the manager. Hang on, wait, Toto Wolff tried that once and it didn't work, did it? Oh, I'm not the only one struggling with the tyres. Look at the amount of dust that Camaro's just thrown up. Between the white lines, mate. Between the white lines. Yeah, you're like me. I'm going into the pits too. I've had enough. Oh, what the I was expecting auto drive to kick in then. I was expecting auto drive. I just done a David Coulthard. I just done David Coulthard at Adelaide. This is the part I hate. Watch how long it takes for the computer to give me back control. See, I've still not got control. Now I do. It's one of the most annoying pit lanes in this game, that one. You get no control when you're going into the pits when you really need it. And then you get no control on the way out when you really, really need it. So memo to me, you don't just go auto drive the moment you go into the lines in this pit. Better to learn that mistake now than later on. Yep, the Chevrolet Camaro is very much out of my way, Alistair Jack. It's like clear the path, get back in the loser lane where you belong. You're not wrong actually, Joe. It was appropriate to have the message saying get ready to drive them, wasn't it? And that's right, Exetel. Yes, it's a 200-mile race, this, so it's 90 laps because they, well, do the maths, I suppose. It's quite a long Grand Prix. And I say we're driving road cars, not race cars, so it's a bit of a different animal. I'm not just mullering the opposition with Le Mans cars this time. Well, it's interesting you should say that there, Exetel, because that's the whole point. It's endurance racing. The idea is, can you endure it? Can you make it through? And I know where it's going. You enjoy the rest of your shift as best you can. Catch you later on. Oh, got on the gas a little too soon then. We're going drifting. We're going sandcastle smashing, but we made it. Yeah, kids, don't make sandcastles at the side of road tracks. Please don't do that. The marshals will hate you. You will get dragged away. You will get banned from the track. And you'll probably get hurt. Yes, now we've got tyres in the green, we're no longer in the red, which is good. Oh, boo! Shame on you for that one, Alistair Jack. Boo! Boo! If I had a bell, I'd start ringing it now as people pelted you with, I don't know, pillows maybe or something, I don't know. Boo! Shame. Now I know all about too many car puns. Next you'll be telling me about how you're going to shift, or it's time to switch gears. How you're going to steer the conversation. You're going to put your foot on the gas. It's time to put the brakes on the jokes. We're going to pull a U-turn. I'm more than cognizant of them. And I'm telling you now, Alistair Jack, you must give way. Yes, Avian, that they are. No, I'm not dignifying it by reading it out. Yeah, that's about as entertaining as... You know my stream's entertaining people when the viewers are telling jokes to each other like that. You know I'm captivating audiences here, aren't you? You know, I am the king of modern media. That's how you know you've made it, people, when the audience have to entertain themselves because you can't do it for them. That's when you know you've done fucked up. No, Alistair Jack, she's run out of road. Yeah, now you don't know what to say, do you, people? That's put you back in your lane. Now you don't know what to do. Avian, that last joke of yours, I don't think you thought it through. That could imply something else. And I've heard of revving up the engine, but geez. There is a car in this game that's slower than Sonic 06 on the Xbox 360. We drove it many times. It's that terrible Daimler motor carriage. We've driven it before, we don't need to drive it again. And I've got to say, these AIs feel as slow as that car at the moment. Absolutely blitzing them. I know this car's good, but I don't think it was that good. Oh, you're anticipating the Sonic 06 Extreme. Yeah, I bet you are, Ashley Jack. You're not the only one, trust me. That is going to be a definition of a hell stream, that one. Nice engine sound from the Ford GT, I must admit. Nice throaty sound from that one too, to be honest. And then this me, it sounds like I'm driving in a lawnmower, but I'm still blitzing them with pace because I'm just much faster than them. Oh, on the dirt, that's not good. So that's the thing about the endurance races, you just got to keep your focus and keep trying to get your lines so you can just keep on slowly getting closer to the end. There's a joy that comes from nailing those apexes and getting your racing line just on so you can start getting the fastest laps. Considering a lap 3 cars on that lap, that was a pretty quick time. And by aiming out wide, taking the Formula 1 driver line at the Top Gear test track there, but it worked. Kissing the outside curb as well. It's all about trying to use as much of the road as you can to carry as much speed through the corner. Get it right, and it's a lot of fun, but it's hard work. You've got to really think and plan your turns, chain your corners together. It's very different to the more arcade style driving that was prevalent at this time. Definitely ahead of its time in terms of simulation elements, this game. It's such a shame that the modern idea of realism is being able to afford to buy expensive cars. It's just not the same. The spirit of the series is gone. Oops. Got too greedy on a toe then. I got way too greedy. He did well to stop that car though, I'll give him that much. I was aiming for a NASCAR style bump draft and it just did not work. So anywhere between lap 30 and 35 would be a good time to stop, I think. But so far the tyres are holding on beautifully. I'm quite impressed. Yeah, this is all going quite well. So when you're this far in front, there's not much you can really say other than, yeah, we're nailing it. This is good. There's not much more you can really say. You just got to keep at it. And this is the challenge of endurance racing. It's keeping your motivation, just to keep on going forward, keeping your pace consistent. Oh, there's nothing worse than a day being moved up all the time and screwing with your plans. It's just not good when you're planning your portfolio and then someone keeps messing around with it, and I know that feeling all too well. I know that you're anticipating the Sonic 06 Extreme Heavy and you can't wait for it. It's going to be a lot of fun, that stream, but for all the wrong reasons, I think. Went a bit too deep in the final corner and got that just a little bit wrong. Pity, because that was a fast lap time otherwise. No big deal though. Yes, just over 2 weeks until I go to hell, so you don't have to. God damn it, get out of my way. You just literally blitz through the fields in this car. Oops. Nope, that's too wide. I got that completely wrong. Totally the wrong racing line for that one. But it's okay because we're on the mark. We're moving forwards. That's probably not an unrealistic prediction, that, to be fair, Avian. I'm expecting that game to drive me potty. But it'll be a good laugh for everybody else to watch, at least. Yes, they do say that, Avian, and I'm more than cognizant of it. Trust me. You guys are all excited for it. I'm dreading it, but it's going to be a good laugh. We're going to have fun. I'm determined to make it happen. I've already used the road pun. Sorry, Avian. Using road kill by stealing my jokes from the side of the road. Oh, that was nice. That was very fast. Yep, you say Avian, but them's the brakes. Oh yeah. That's right, I did it. I went there. Hey, a new fastest lap. Awesome. Yep, that's nice and smooth. As the tyres are wearing further and further thinner, but so far we're doing alright. Of course I've won, Avian. I'm just that good. He says, knowing full well he's not. Well, that was a wide line, we got away with it. So yeah, we got just under 56 laps to go, people. Yeah, we got a long one here. We're not even at half race distance yet. And I'm actually now in dangerous condition for fuel, which is not a bad thing, it's just something to bear in mind. Yeah, this is good. 2 more laps, I think, and then that'll be the end of it. Into the pits to change my tyres and refuel. As the tyres get older and older and older and worn and worn and worn. Yeah, we're more than a third through. You're not wrong, actually, everyone. We're getting there. We've just got to keep on pushing. Yep, so we've all gone into the pits at the same time. Oh, nice! So you got a new stuff for the property area, and that's pretty cool. Whereas I've gone off the circuit, so that's pretty bad. But yeah, return of the AC will be a very nice feeling. Definitely a good experience when the heat's there. We'll make sleeping with a hot water bottle, aka the doggo. I can get that. Comfortable, but at the same time in the middle of summer, not so useful. An exothermic item is not what you want in the middle of summer. Oh, well, that's hardly surprising. You can have the floor if you like, Human. That's a pretty standard approach from the animals, isn't it? The question is, Avian, did you take her up on the offer? Yeah, no worries, Hashtag. You need to go get some rest, mate. You have a good night's sleep and catch you on another stream. Hope everything's gone okay and everything's nice and spick and span for you, so you can get around to doing more of your cosplaying when you get the chance. I think I might have cut the corner then. I think I went 4 wheels off. I definitely went 4 wheels off them. So my way of driving here is to take it nice and smooth and try and keep the tyres at a lower temperature. Yeah, you refused, I don't blame you. I'd have refused too. Just lapped a car that was in the pits, which must be soul destroying for them. I say over here it's been really not that warm of late. It's been not cold either, but it's just not been very warm. We've had a very strange summer here in Britain. It's been a bad one. Ah yes, the special blanket. To be fair, I've done that a few times, slept with no blankets on because it's too warm. It's pretty uncomfortable to be under blankets when it's really hot. Well, say there's only one way to find out, I suppose, Avian, and that's give it a try, but I can't say much more than that. Well, that's not going to help if you're feeling restless. That's never nice. Carrying on, we're almost a half distance now, people. So I said it was probably around about 2 hours and 12 and 15 minutes this race time, and it looks like we're on par for that at the moment. So it's quite a long race, this one, but it's going to be fun when we complete it. Yes, the old wetting down the shirt and then trying to stay cool with the AC like fan. I tried that once, it didn't quite work. But I remember when one of my mates was telling me they got recommended to put their socks in the freezer and then put them in bed with wet socks because that way you'd stay cool. All it did was the socks dried out really fast and made your feet warm. It was pointless. Well, the Celine is not letting me go. He's sticking with me. He's not happy about being lapped and he wants to get it back. But it's not going to happen, mate. You have been lapped. Get back behind me. That's the end of your race. Yes, Cadillac Sheehan goes burr. Oh, never mind. We'll go the direct route. The route which is very much against the rules, but we'll go there anyway. This is the dirty lap that doesn't count, people. Doesn't really matter because it's not a fast lap anyway, but still. The gel pad solution could work in Stage Stocks, to be fair, because they're designed to stay cool. So that does make a bit more sense, actually, Avian. It's not fun when you're like feeling like hot and bothered. It's just ugh, terrible feeling. I remember working for an employer where they had no aircon pretty much and a load of computers, and it just got really hot in the summer. It got unbearably so. Barefoot in the snow. That reminds me of the time that I chased someone for a mile in the snow barefoot after they tried breaking into my halls of residence when I was at Universal. Yeah, oddly enough, they thought I was a bit of a psycho, the burglar. I don't know why. I'm not sure what it was that made them think that. Steam rides over the snow though, yeah, that suggests you've definitely got a lot of heat that you're giving out. That's exothermic and beyond. That's pretty impressive. Not in a way you want, but it's still impressive. Yeah, he was trying to stop me lapping him then, but it wasn't happening. I was having that lap whether he liked it or not. Yes, I had to use the handbrake then to stop myself going into the tyre barrier. People said that when I told them that story, it sounded like a Terminator story. I was just that pissed off. It's like, how dare you try and break into my house? I took it very personally. I only lost them when they jumped over a fence and landed in the river, and I thought, there's no way I'm chasing you into a river when I've got no socks on or shoes. But again, they must have thought I was a complete and utter psycho. Here we go, we're about to hit halfway point, people. End of this lap will be the halfway point. And there it is, we are half race distance. That's exactly it. Yep, that's how the house gets. So you do not break into that property. You do not know what's going to happen if you do. Kind of vibe. That's what you want. It's like when those kids broke my fence, they came out and acted like a complete and utter psycho and they cleared off. I've not heard height the hair of them since. And if the town think I'm the local psycho, then that's fine by me. If it means I'm going to have some peace and quiet and no one's going to damage my property, it's a small price to pay. It's like, I'll be the bad guy, you're welcome. Whoops. Sorry, Shelby driver. But then you should have got out of my way because I was the leader and you're not. Oh, so what happened when you saw the guy while you were watering the plants? What happened then? I'm curious. Did you chase him out? I would have. He got soaked. Awesome. It's like, get out. Nice. Screaming need to turn the water off, so you turned it off even harder. Amazing. Oh, that's brilliant, Avian. You should be proud of that. That's amazing. Very well defended, that Avian. Job done. Especially when something that they didn't want to see appeared in the garden. Yeah, I had a feeling it was a doggo, judging by what you were saying, but it still sounds pretty... Yeah, a case of you're in the wrong place here. It's high time you leave, basically. Definitely feel the grip falling away from these tyres now. But yet they're still giving me some performance to push on. It's strange. It's like they seem to just suddenly get grip back again halfway through a corner. It's an odd one. You start slipping and sliding and then boom, next thing you know you're full pedal again. It's crazy. Oh. Okay, Mr. GTO driver, you want to play it like that, do you? Try punting me off the road, the cheeky bugger. Almost at the end of this stint, and then we can go change tyres again. Put a little more fuel in the car and get on with it. Deep into the slipstream and then out. All good. Yeah, this is the part of the stream where it's just all about concentration and how much I don't have. You can see there, I've not been able to push a bit more out of that corner, but just lost grip. And it meant I had to be a little more patient on the throttle, which is always annoying. But that's okay, because as long as you can keep the tyres going. And again, thanks to the modern analog controller, controlling the throttle is so much simpler, and I can really pace exactly when I'm going to get full gas, and it allows me to kind of manipulate the revs. Like there, for instance, I avoided the wheel spin out of the corner, and it meant that I took less life out of the tyre. I definitely need to pit now because I can feel the tyres squealing whenever I'm going in a straight line. So I'm not getting anywhere near the bite from the corner that I should do. And when I say bite, what I mean is the car literally sticking to the road as if it's biting the surface. And I'm just not getting that at all at the moment. I keep slipping and sliding everywhere. And when I'm applying the power, I can feel the tyres spinning around a lot more. Now, when the wheels are spinning, they're not gripping the road, so there's no consistency. It's not moving like in one motion like it should be. So therefore, we are pitting in this lap. We are at the point of diminishing returns with these tyres. So in we go, more tyres. And fuel. That's right, exactly, Avian. Yeah, when you wear the tyres down, they have like far less friction on the surface, they have less grip, and the super hard tyres are already less grippy anyway, because they've not got as much of the tyre tread spreading evenly across the roads. It's designed so they wear slower. The more tyre tread you have over the road, the more wear you put through them. And I know the feeling, Avian, but work needs to be done, otherwise you ain't getting paid. As much as I'd like to be paid to play SMT all day, I'm not allowed to do that. I've got to do some work. As we march on towards the end, we have 35 laps to go, people. We've got 2 more stints realistically in the tyres. It'll be tough, but if I can make it to maybe lap 73 on these tyres, I might be able to get to the end on only 1 more stop. It's going to be a challenge, but we'll see if we can do it. Yeah, exactly, Avian. Don't we all? Don't we all like getting paid? I took my eyes off the road for a fraction of a second then, and that is why you should never take your eyes off the road, people. Oh, we're going off track. attacking is proving good thus far. We just need to keep things going. So we keep on driving towards the end. We've got 33 laps to go. So around about 45 to 50 minutes, I reckon. As we are in the endurance hall, trying to get many more races won. That's all we can do. We've just got to keep at it. Round the outside, just about gets on the island then. Wasn't the best line, we got away with it. The thing with the endurance races is obviously when you're like just racing, what more can you really say? It's like, yeah, here we are, we're racing, we're in the edge, and if you can't, like, because we've not got anyone close by, we've just got to keep on keeping our mojo going. I say it's why it's known as endurance racing, because you have to like try and essentially not position where you are and just get on with it. You got to think, all you can think about is your actual race and just keep moving. There's not much else to do. It's in terms of like content, it shows just how hard it is to win, because you have to have the will to win, the belief that you can survive it. Yay, new fastest lap. Oh, hey, that's awesome. And now we got some excitement. We've got cars to lap. So, you know what, Exetel? That's going to be a difficult question to answer because I'm actually not sure. I've no idea how many times I've lapped them. But we are now at 2/3 distance. We're almost there. Keeping the slipstream and up over the hill. The only way we'll know for sure is if anyone finishes quick enough at the end of the race. Because honestly, right now, I've no idea how many times I've lapped them. And it's a distraction you don't really need, to be honest. You just want to like get on the... It doesn't matter if it's once or 100. Well, it won't be that. Not unless a miracle's happened. I might be good, but not that good. That was very humble of me. I might be good. Yeah, that's right. Brag to the world about your greatness that you don't have. You can always pretend that's true, Avian. Yeah, add a little spice to the proceedings and pretend it's the first time. Could also pretend that I know what I'm doing. Like Kimi Raikkonen. Yes, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, it's not, I've been here the entire time, Avian, and I've not been able to keep count either. All I know is that we're just trying to be smooth, precise, accurate and fast. I'm not really managing it either, but I'm certainly trying. So ideally I need to try and do another 10 to 12 laps if I can on these tyres. If I can manage that, I've only got to stop once. And that would be very welcome indeed. Good question actually, Evan. Yes, the car that's up ahead of us, is it miles ahead of the pack or miles behind? I don't know. The only way we'll find out is when we get across them and know which car it is. Another lap in the can. Keep it going. Keep on marching on towards glory. There's not much more we can do here. Just keep on hunting down the times and trying to set as much of the pace as possible. Oh, can't do that on the sand though. Can't set much pace like that. Well, I've actually had some news, by the way. Play Expo Blackpool, I've got John Romero coming back again. So I'm hopefully not going to have my soul reach 20-0 this year. But stranger things have happened, so I need to get some practice on Doom to try and avoid that happening again. And it looks like that car's second place car, Avian. They're actually quite far ahead of their pack, but miles behind me. Oh, beautifully held. I did well to hold the car then. I was close to spinning off into the wall. Now we're at the point where we're getting a slipstream, so I might be able to do him on the way up to the corkscrew. Not an ideal place to lap traffic, but we made it. Right. Anywhere around 10 laps will do. Manage that, then we only need one more pit stop, and that'll make things much easier. Oh, this poor Pontiac GTO. It's been lapped so many times. It must feel like someone's grandfather that's got lost on the way to the mall and ended up on a race circuit. And while that might sound daft, there's actually video footage you can find on YouTube from the Circuit of the Americas where they had to red flag a session, so basically stop a session because a school bus got onto the track. And I'm not making that up. If you want to search for COTA school bus, so COTA school bus, it comes up. It's absolutely hilarious. It's also very dangerous, so the main thing is that no one got hurt. But that genuinely happened. Absolutely awesome. We're getting there slowly but surely. Ride the curves, looking good. Down the salmon and trout, awesome. We're through. Next, keep going. Interesting, my tyres have held out. The question is, have I got enough fuel to get to the lap that I want to? That's the question. Can the tyres and the fuel last? It's a tricky one, to say the least. But it feels like I've been a lot more smooth on this run. And it's meant the tyres have lasted a lot longer, even though I've not really slowed down, which is interesting. So I'm always afraid of going too smooth because it's a way of like slowing down, but not today, it would seem. I say smooth and I go off the circuit like an amateur. Yeah, a bit of a slower lap that one because I went off the circuit, but it's not too bad. I'd say anywhere between lap 72 and 74 would be ideal, because then I could probably get by on one stop. But it's going to be tricky keeping the tyres and the fuel alive. See, desperately trying not to take too much out of the tyres now, just to try and make them last that little bit longer. This is going to be tight. 72 will be very, very squeaky towards the end. 74 will be comfortable. So, between 4 and 6, that's going to be a pretty tall order, I think. I may have to splash and dash. I'd rather not, but I might have no choice. Yeah, I had to make sure we got around the outside without being punted off then. Could have very easily gone wrong and into the stand, that, but we got away with it. I do actually like the challenge of trying to make your tyres last and manage your fuel and that. It's a nice feature of racing, because you have to be fast and economical. You know, it's like it's very difficult to like get it on the sweet spot between both. It's tricky. Yep, sounds like someone's just gone into the dirt there by the amount of clouds that I just drove through. That car has got very cambered tyres. Look at how much it's leaning in both directions. Have you noticed that? Look at the left tyre and the right tyre. See how they're pointing towards each other? That Shelby's running ridiculous amounts of what's known as camber, where the car leans into the corners on both sides. Now that is one way to get a lot of grip, but also to get a lot of tyre wear. I like the fact that they actually coded that into the game though, to show another car running camber. That's beautiful. I like that. As the tyres get more and more worn, the challenge gets even more higher. But as long as we're keeping below 1 minute 30, we should easily have the pace on the field, and we're well ahead of that at the moment. So our pace is very, very strong. So close now. If we can get to the end of the next lap, that's a great start, and anything after that is a bonus. little bit of rally driving, then that's not good because that'll wear the tyres out. So I'm just trying to keep the revs low until we're getting near the top of the torque curve, because that way I'm putting less energy through the tyres, stopping them spinning up as easily. But that wasn't the fastest lap, but it's okay, we're still in the alright. We get down towards the 30s, that's where we've got to pit. Either that or we're going to come close to running out of fuel. Someone's taken the sign out there. I don't know who that was. Wasn't me. Someone has. Yeah, these tyres are really struggling. But I realistically need at least one more lap. If we can get one more lap out of them, then we'll be alright. At that point, it'll be a good time to pit, change the tyres, and get to the end. As uncomfortable as they are to drive on, they're still holding up for now. But we are at a very low speed now. We are really struggling for grip. Yeah, there it is, 129. Now's the time to pit. I'll know when it's time to pit when I'm actually losing ground to the cars and trying to lap. Yeah, these tyres have reached the cliff. My tyres are spinning up out of every corner now. This is the time to pit. That's okay, because it's nice to have an idea. You see what I mean? I'm struggling to even get the car turned in. That's the amount of tyre grip I don't have. It's literally sliding sideways. Great for drifting, not so great for speeding. As I say, I've not been catching up the car in second place, which I was about to lap, so that tells me everything. And I nearly spun out going over the hill there. Still, I've managed to get to the goal I needed. I'm going to arrive like a clown car with 3 wheels on my wagon, but we're going to make it. And then hopefully I can do one stop to the end, and I'm almost out of fuel as well. I could not have timed this better if I tried. That was a perfect stint. 60 units of fuel just to be sure. I put 55 on last time and only had 2 left, so I'm going to put 60 in just to make sure. Excellent. Okay, now's our chance. As the strategy has unfolded beautifully here today, absolutely taking control of this race. I say it'd be nice to have a little more potency to it. As for the car, I'm hoping we'll get a decent car out of this. It's like, you know, it's the endurance hall, so we should get a decent machine. Don't forget we got that like JDM car, the GT500 car from the R246 race. So I'm hoping we'll get something similar, like, you know, like an American muscle car or an American Le Mans car of some kind. It'd be nice to get something pretty special. We'll see when we get to the end. Yep, this is good. Yeah, that was a bit of a corner cut, that one. I definitely went outside the racing rules with that one, people. No doubt about it. That Ford GT is getting frustrated by the Pontiac. Check him out. And I'm splitting the pair of them because I am a legend. That's how you overtake traffic, people. I'm a legend in my own mind, anyway. Not bad at all. 13 laps to go. We're almost there, people. We're almost at the end of this very, very long race. And it's been fun. It's been alright. It's not been bad at all. Thanks to the Cadillac Cheam being a very fast car indeed. This guy's probably thinking, oh God, not again. Seeing me in his rearview mirrors. And I'm just like, yes, I'm afraid it's me again. Deal with it. Oh, he's trying to punt me into the sand, the cheeky bugger. He just punted me off. Oh, I don't think so, pal. Get back in your lane. Get back behind me. How dare you? Well, that was a bit of a poor performance, but we got around it. Close to the end. Only 11 laps to go. Here we go. As we battle on the trial of Laguna Seca. Deliberately trying to avoid pushing too hard. Trying to make these tyres get to the end safely. That was very well judged. I stuck right up behind him until the middle of the corner and then got round him. Just to avoid a contact and collision. Wasn't easy, but it was good because it meant we had the draft out of the corner. Good recovery for some of the mistakes on that lap. Yeah, I got this sideways motion in the middle of the corner. It robbed me of all my speed, that. I had the perfect line, I got an early apex and then got the gas too greedy. That's what I'm talking about, you know, where you need the balance between pace and style, pace and accuracy. That's the proof right there. Yeah, put a toe onto the outside sand and it just spat me out, which is quite realistic actually. So you lose all your grip, you hit a different surface, tyre falls into a ditch and you start to spin. Pretty accurate. Still a fast lap, but I could have been a lot quicker. Still, that's not the point. We're not here to set fastest laps now. We're here to crawl over the line with clean tyres, or cleanish tyres. Yeah, we just keep on motoring forwards. 81 of 90. We're almost there. final stretch, people. We're almost there. We've just got to keep our motivation going and not give up now. That's all we can do. As Maya Amino once said in Persona 2, let's thinking positive. Or let's positive thinking, whichever word it was she said. We're almost there. The grind fest is carrying on, people. We're almost at the end. So with the nature of this circuit, it's hard to do a lot of talking while you're driving because a lot of corners just come at you one to one to one. There's not really much in the way of a breather. It's not like at Le Mans or the Nürburgring where you've got like a 1 to 2 mile straight to just relax and chill and just like let a few things out. But it's okay because we're getting closer to the end, and with the way the corners come together, the lap doesn't really feel slow. You're constantly thinking, right, I've got this next part to go, this next part. There's all of a sudden, oh, I'm at the end, right, next, kind of thing. I mean, I could have made this possibly a bit faster by having a shorter gearbox because I'm not really getting towards the top gears. I'm certainly not hitting 6th. So I should have had a shorter gearbox on this so I could have got faster acceleration out the corner. Having said that though, with the way I've been driving the tyres, it's probably not been a bad thing to have like the mid box on this. It's been good for keeping the tyres in control. I've been able to focus on the revs and make sure I'm not burning through the tyres. Lap 84 is now in the can. Give me that toe, Mr. Shelby Mustang. Sorry dude, you got in my way. Too bad for you. Bit of a mercy move, I won't get out of my way. I've already lapped you about 4 or 5 times at least. So the car I'm driving, the Cadillac Chian, has certainly proven to be very strong for this race. It's like race has no restrictions, so I could have turned up in a Group C Le Mans car if I wanted, but decided to take them on in a similar car, and it's proven to be far too strong for them. In the hands of the humans, it's just too dominant. The tyres should hold with any luck for the next 5 laps. As long as they do that, we're home free. Nice. Kiss that outside apex rumble strip. Feel the juddering in your tyres to make you know you're in the right place. Yep, there goes the Ford GT. He's gone in for a splash and dash at the end of the race, whereas I've carried on managing my tyres to avert having to do that. Because that's the kind of thing that can cost you a place in a race, that extra stop, you don't want to do it. .38, 39, yep, we're not doing bad, the times are good. Whoops, that was a bit of a corner cut. Got a bit too greedy on the apex then, people, that's the reason that went off. You might think I'm braking early for the corkscrew. The reason for that is because the track gets very undulating at that point, and if you get braking point wrong, you lock up and go straight on. That's what makes it such a challenge. There's like the bumps and the nature of the corner make it very difficult for nailing it. When you do, it's one of the most rewarding feelings in the world. Unlike that, which was a complete blatant corner cut. Wasn't even close to the racing line. Oh, I did not need that. That's messed me right up. Alright, it's going to be brave, but I'm going to go for it. Oops. Well, it kind of worked. I wasn't aiming to hit the GTO. Was not aiming to do that at all. Well, that GTO certainly got some guts. He's certainly trying what he can to keep on the lead lap. It was a fruitless effort, but it was still fun. Just 2 laps to go, people. We're almost there. One more tour after this, and then we are on the victory celebration, as we will have earned it. Oh, can we lap him one more time? Can we add insult to injury? Or injury to insult? Can we do it? Let's try it. On the final lap for me, can I chase him down and put another lap behind me that he finishes? Not going that deep, I can't, but I might just get away with that. Yes. Right, the chase is on, people. Here we go. Into turn 2 under the Mazda tyre, and we are closing that gap, the Bridgestone tyre. Yeah, we might be able to do it in the next corner. Not this one, but get a decent line out of here. Get right in the slipstream. Oh, yes. Oh, that's embarrassing. That's rubbing his face right in it. Lapping him on the final lap. That is deliciously cruel. That's right up there with using Armageddon on the Reaper when you have Victory Cry equipped on your demons. And I managed to do it. So we're going to celebrate now. We've only got a few corners left. And then after that, we will have won the Laguna Seca 200 miles. As we push on to try and complete this. We're not going to set a fastest lap, but that's not important. What is going to matter? As we pull deep into the pit stops, the crew are not there to greet us, but it doesn't matter. We're cheering on, and that is the checkered flag. And check it out, the Celine was lapped 7 times. Wow. That is quite embarrassing. The Cadillac Cheon 02 was far too strong. 200,000 credits. Not a huge reward, has to be said. In terms of payout, that's one of the worst ones. But you can see the time they finished. They finished 5 seconds behind me officially, but they were 7 laps down. That's impressive. So now the question is, we've already seen the money, but what's our car? What is our reward? Oh, nice! I said I hope to be an American Le Mans car, but that is a Le Mans legend. The Ford GT40 race car from 1969. And isn't it a beauty in those Gulf livery colours? Absolutely gorgeous. That's a true classic, people. We've won a classic. So that is now another race in the can, to say the least. Let's see what our percentage is. We were 50.2. We're now a measly 50.4. That gained us 0.2%. Yeah. A 90 lap race got us a measly 0.2% improvement. What does that tell you, people? What does that tell you? Now, the question is, do we have any missing events anywhere? I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. We can't do the Formula GT Championships. We've not got an F1 car. So we're missing that one. So it might be a case now of trying to find some... what about some special events, actually? Are there any of these that we've yet to do? We've got the Swiss Alps. Which is that a dirt or a snow race? You need dirt tyres, obviously, so it's a dirt race one, that one. Right, let's get a car, and we'll go and do some of the rally events, because we've got time. And oddly enough, I have a mad idea. I'm going to put dirt tyres on my Dodge Ram. It's 4-wheel drive. So we're going to drive in the Dodge Ram. We're going to drive in our truck. We're going to take a truck rallying. Check it out, dirt tyres. Yep, I'm going to drive in my pickup truck, and we're going to go rallying in a pickup. A bit of a silly thing to do, but we're going to do it anyway. Just to see how not competitive it is. This one should not be competitive at all. It really shouldn't. So we've got 2 races at the Swiss Alps. We've got 2 laps to do it. I've no idea what the opponent's going to be, but we are going off-road racing in a Dodge Ram pickup truck. We're up against the Mitsubishi Evo, so it's a Mitsubishi Evo from the 1990s versus a Dodge Ram from the early 2000s. This is going to be a silly one. It's got 200 A-Spec points. Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Check this out. Well, we're in the lead somehow. Somehow the Dodge Ram has taken the lead. This gigantic heavy truck is somehow winning against the rally thoroughbred. Oh, I'm amazed we managed to even get any air in this truck. Why is that, you say? Because it's a truck. It weighs about 2 tons. Or 3 tons, or 4 tons. I don't know how much it weighs. What I will tell you is it weighs a hell of a lot more than a Mitsubishi Evo does. Driving on the bridge on dirt tyres. That can't be much fun. Oh, we're spun around. And yet, we're still in the lead. Somehow. How is this pickup truck holding up against a race-prepared rally car? That doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, check it out, people. We're driving in our truck. We're taking a truck rally drive. Out here, we'll have to go off-road. Keep your Italian muscle car and your Japanese legend. I got 17 liters of diesel at my disposal, or something. I don't know. This is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. The only way this could be more ridiculous is if it took a limousine rally driving. And no, I don't believe there is such a thing. I don't believe there's a limousine in this game. I will say this, it's able to smash out some of these hills, but I think that's purely because of the amount it bloody weighs. Seriously, how is a Dodge Ram pickup winning against a Mitsubishi Evo? That just doesn't make any sense. I'm confused. It's hilarious, but I'm confused. Yes, well, what kind of music have we got playing on the radio here, people? We're listening to a bit of Patsy Cline, maybe a bit of Willie Nelson, some Toby Keith, some Dolly Parton, maybe some Desert Rose Band about how it's 1 step forward and 2 steps back. For all those of you who played GTA San Andreas, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about with that one. Yes, this is hardly what I'd call... this is a weird race, this, and yet somehow, against all the odds, we're on course to win. But that doesn't mean we are going to win, or does it? Yes! 200 A-Spec points. My Dodge Ram managed to be faster than a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution. 11 seconds faster over a 2-lap race on dirt. Seriously, this is, let's take a look at how ridiculous this is. Yeah, here we are, people. This is a proper race-prepared rally car, isn't it? Look at the state of that. Just look at it. It's not the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. Loving the amount of dust trails it's leaving behind. The amount of weight it's got. It's just able to churn up the sand and throw it straight into the face of all those spectators. Lovely little lazy drift there. And then, yes, let's glance the wall because why not? We're in an armor-proof truck. We could take it. So these replays, considering that they say this is more than nearly 20 years old, this game now, don't they look spectacular? They look beautiful. Absolutely awesome. Some of the camera angles could do with work, it must be said, but even so, this is just mental. Well, look at the state of that. You can't even see him. He's gone drifting that wide. Now this is just showing off. It's like turn up to a rally special stage driving in a Dodge Ram. Just because, well, why not, I guess. Go Dodge Ram pickup truck. See, that doesn't actually look that unimpressive. It's amazing. It's just crazy how well this does. We'll see the first lap through, and then we'll move on to the next round. Nice wide angle, plenty of dirt in the air, and off we go. And Ilfa finish. Right there. So that's 5,000 credits earned because reasons, I guess. Every time you see a red pickup, you think of King of the Hill. Oh, God. I mean, yes, that was iconic for that show. Very, very long time ago. One of the voice actors for that show has only recently passed away, unfortunately. So, R.I.P. I'm not sure which actor it was or what character they played, but one of them has actually recently passed on, unfortunately. So, all best to his family. I hope things get better. Renault 5 Turbo. This will be interesting. Yeah, that wasn't wise. Trying to punt a pickup truck when you're driving a tiny little hot hatch is not a good idea. You are not going to win. That's like a 2-year-old trying to knock out Mike Tyson. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, we're staying in the external camera view because why not? We'll have some fun with it. There's a good old pickup truck. Oh yeah, check out the jumps, people. Isn't that the most unsophisticated thing you've ever seen? I think it is. So apparently King of the Hill's getting a remake. That's quite interesting. I mean, I always thought it was very of its time, King of the Hill. You know, like the whole gas guzzling nature and the Dallas Cowboys and everything else. But I guess I suppose it's like anything. It can come back on vogue any time if it gets the right support. Yeah, I don't know which one it was. I only know because I was told by Nerdy actually over the weekend. Well, I can't remember who it was. Being slow, steady and smooth at the moment as we attempt to attack this course. Nicely held. I think that's actually the crowd's air horns rather than the Renault 5 beeping at me, Avian. But even so, it's still hilarious that I'm thrashing it. It's keeping up a bit better than the Landstar, I must admit. But then again, I don't know. It's like I'm absolutely caning it over the hills. Yes, we are abusing. I don't even know what this is. It's like it's 200 A-spec points, and it's been absolutely easy. So you think it might be set in the future? It could be interesting, I suppose, if it's not about how trends have changed, and maybe how the towns have changed. Because small towns have all often gone very different. But like, I'm pretty sure my hometown would look quite different if I went back there. Not that I'm planning to, because I hate the place. But it's like, I imagine quite a lot of places have moved on in some ways. Maybe if they're trying to capitalise on that, it could be quite interesting. Yeah, that's right. Feel the might of the powerful Dodge Ram. Oh, we've lost control. And we've got a penalty. That's it, we're screwed now, we've lost. I've just thrown us away. Or have I? I might still win this. I might fluke it. Yeah, unbelievable, I'm going to get away with it. Thoroughly undeserved. I mean, even with the 5-second penalty, he still finished 5 seconds behind me. So it just shows how much more... I don't know. I've got a quad cab pickup truck. And I beat a hot hatch that's designed with rally and pedigree. That's insane. That's crazy. So, what are we going to win for this one? Because we've won some interesting cars from this hub before. We have won. The Mitsubishi CZ3 Tarmac 01. Now, interestingly, that could be a front-wheel drive car. If that's the case, I could have come back and won the thing with prize cars after all. Let's quickly back out of here for a sec. I just want to see what car that is. The Mitsubishi CZ3 or something. Yeah, listen to the smooth music, people. You see, I've got the Renault 5 right there. I've got a Renault 5. Right, so where is it? I know you're here somewhere. I want to take a look at you. I want to take a closer look at you, car. But I've not driven you yet, so you should be back here somewhere. These are the ones that haven't been driven, because you can tell that by the little dashes. There it is. It's 4-wheel drive, so it wouldn't have counted. I thought with it being a hatchback, it might have been a front car, but no, it's a 4-wheel drive. Right. Well, there's another one here. We might as well give it a try. We might as well try and beat these. The Cathedral Rocks. And we're going to try it again in our Dodge Ram. We're going to take the Dodge Ram rally driving, people. And we're up against the Toyota Celica. Yeah, this is going to go well. Haha. Pickup truck goes boo. Oh, that's a tight bridge. Yeah, now you know why people normally don't take pickup trucks rallying people. You normally don't do it because they are very, very twisted circuits. Oh, hello. Oh, I know where we are. We're on El Capitan. That's interesting. We've got a rallycross stage. That's really interesting. So we're yes. Welcome to the Cathedral of Shadows, where demons gather. Oh. Right, can I wall ride this, I wonder? Yes, I can. I can wall ride it. I can cheat. This is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. And yet, we're still somehow in the lead. Admittedly, I think it's purely because I've made a vehicle that's impossible to pass on this circuit. I think that's literally the way I'm winning this. I'm trolling the computer because it can't get by. Having said that, it's not even close enough to catch up at the moment. You see how the people are leaning into the road? That's how they used to do it in the 80s. And people got badly injured. There were people who actually tried to touch rally cars as they were going by and literally losing their fingers. And that's actually true. That's actually genuinely true. Yeah, this is like grade A trolling on the computer at the moment. I mean, if you're going to win in style, I mean, so far we're not winning yet, so let's not pop the champagne corks. But this is hilarious. I didn't think that like the Dodge Ram. I thought I'd do it just for a joke, but the amount of power is somehow making it so it can win. And the best thing is, because of the type of vehicle it is, it's getting me loads of A-spec points, which is great because it means that my ranking as a driver in control of the car is getting even more like hierarchical. Yeah, we'll go wide there. Oh, we got away with that. We got away with no penalty. In a Dodge Ram. How much faster was it than the Celica then? The Celica finished. It hasn't finished. 15 seconds. Wow. It was 15 seconds behind me on a 2-lap race. That's amazing. That's ridiculous. It's funny, but it's ridiculous. So we've gone around the first route. Now we've got to go the same course backwards. And that's going to be interesting because I've not raced it backwards. So I'm looking forward to how badly I do this one, really. I mean, it says that it's easy. But surely it's not so easy that a pickup truck can win the race. And bear in mind, I've not even put all the actual like tuning for this. You think it'd be a beer cork for this car? You're not wrong, actually, yeah. So once again, it's the return of the Renault 5. Yeah, you're not going to win against this car, Renault 5. You are not going to push this. You're not going to push a Dodge Ram out of the way. I love the ambition, but it's like a little it's looking like a little Yorkshire Terrier trying to take on a German Shepherd. It's just not going to happen. Give it up. Whoa! Well, that wasn't very clever. I screwed that one up. Right, so this is where it should run away from me and win with ease. Because this car is not designed for the tight, twisty stages like this. It's not really meant for it. In fact, it's not really meant for stages like this in general, I don't think, but we shall see. I'm catching him up. I don't believe this, I'm catching him. Oh, boo. You cut across me and yet that counted as a penalty against me. Still, he's in touching distance, and I fancy being a bit of a cheat. Ah, no you don't. It's like, yeah, no you don't. So holding decent pace at the moment. Whoa, that's a bit of a steep drop, that one. Steep drop, deep drop, they both apply. Now, more ride goes Bert. Yes, that's right. The game lets you do it. When the game lets you do it, go right ahead and do it, is my advice. See, this is not about being fair. It's about winning. And if your vehicle is so wide that they can't pass you, that's their problem, not yours. As I say, it's not entirely fair play, but the fact of the matter is that I'm in the lead and they're not. Oops, that's no good. Oh, now I've got a penalty again because I went too deep. And that has lost me the race. That has lost me the race because of the pitch that I got out of that corner, so I've got to do this one again. That's okay though, I don't mind. Yeah, there's no way I'm catching that gap up. I'll be very surprised if I can get anywhere near it. I'll try, but I don't think it's going to work. Yeah, that's not worked. That's certainly not worked. Rather than waste time, we'll do a quick exit and go again. Huh? I said exit. Ah, I see. It went exit and continue again. That's what happened there. Easily done. Just go again. Like that. No big deal. Oh, no, no, no. I am not getting a penalty out of the gate. I'm not having that. I'm not having a penalty out of the gate. I'm not having that. He turned into me and I got a penalty. No, not having that. No way. Not happening. If you want to take that line, you take it all you want, mate. I don't want it. I'd say the other way it seemed much easier to control, but going back this way it was a much tougher race. The direction of the circuit here just isn't suited for this vehicle. I'd say, I mean, the rally stages aren't really suited for trucks anyway, let's be honest. It's like, this is me messing about. However, once I get clear of the chicane parts, it's definitely more suiting to my vehicle than his. Something about the Hemi and its power is better. I mean, I've not even souped this up. I mean, I could actually soup this up, believe it or not. I might do that before the next race. I might put some more power into it and see if I can make it even more ridiculous. See, that time I actually braked on the top there because the change in surface. These tyres, the dirt tyres, aren't very grippy. So you can't exactly ride them as fast as anything else. Now we're into the truck zone. Something about glancing the wall sideways didn't get me a penalty, well glancing it head on did. Now that's interesting because the penalties seem quite inconsistent about when they do and don't count. You can definitely see how that Renault 5 is much better in the corners. It's ridiculously faster in the corners. But mine, for some reason, seems better in a straight line, despite being a truck. So, for that reason, I could possibly still win this. It helps that you can go burr on the outside here and get no penalty. And I reckon you could probably do it here too. To come through at like 50 odd mph instead of coming through at 30. And I say, if it was all one corner in one direction, that'd be a way to do it. When you've got chicanes like this, like hairpins, you can't rely on it. But other than that, it works. See, the little hatchback is muscling the back of this pickup truck, but unfortunately, the pickup truck is much, much bigger and is not interested in moving. Because the pickup is a truck, and a truck is far wider than a hatchback. I mean, just to put it beyond doubt. Oh, maybe not. Oh, bollocks. That was because I got too greedy. I know exactly what happened there. I got too greedy. One more time. And if this doesn't work, I can always back out and upgrade the car. See, it's faster out of the gate. So the pickup definitely seems to have more power immediately, which I find rather interesting. I've actually seen something similar to this rallying once. I remember Blackpool in England. They used to have I don't know if they still do it anymore, but they used to have this thing every year called the Legend Fires, and it was basically rally. Oh, how's that my fault? He crashed into me and I got a penalty. Right, I'm not having that. I was okay. I was facing the wrong direction, but he still smashed into me, and I got a penalty. No. If they hit me, they should get a penalty too. If they're not going to get penalties, I'm just going to reset. Yeah, it's one of those. It's like if they touch your car, you get a penalty. So for that reason alone, I'm going to upgrade this car. I'm going to put a lot more power into it. I'm just going to blast past it. That's the way I'm going to do it. Give me a second. This will only take a few seconds. See if I can put anything in this car. Oh, I say a car, it's a truck. Right, let's put some power into this machine. Yeah, that's right, I'm upgrading a Dodge Ram because I can. I have to put racing brakes into it, which will make braking in the car much easier. The money that I won at Laguna Seca in the endurance race, I'm going to plough into a Dodge Ram. Right, let's have a stage 3 engine. I'm going to have a lot more power. I'm going to make a car that's undrivable. This is going to be hilarious. This is going to be one of the craziest things you'll ever see. You can see the horsepower now, it's got nearly 700 horsepower. it's going to fly off the line. Well, it's not. It's going to dig its way to the centre of the Earth. That's what's going to happen. Yeah, I don't really need that. Oh, weight reduction. That's changing the power distribution. I'm not wasting around with that. See, it's more than 2 tons. So let's remove a load of weight from a truck. We're going for a racing modified truck here, people. Oh yeah. We're going big. Now it's less than 2 tons. Yeah. We made it a lot lighter. So, let's go back to that same race and see what the difference is. It was 200 expect points. The chances are it's now going to have halved that at best to 100, probably even lower to like 50 or 1. But I don't care. I want to see if we can win this. And I want to win it. Grab my truck. So there we are, Toyota Celica. Oh. Why has it become a Toyota Celica? Oh, do you have to do both together? I wonder. You might have to do both together. Here we are, so here we are. You have to make Rally 1. You must have to do both together. Right, okay. Well, never mind. Ah, 155 points. Okay, so it automatically feels a lot bloody quicker. So it's no longer 200 A-spec points, it's now 155. Oh no. All that extra power has taken just 45 A-spec points off. And that's automatically caused me a problem because it's put me way behind. But even with the penalty where I got it, it actually did cause me a disadvantage, strangely enough. Oh god, wow. I love how enthusiastic the crowd are. They're like leaning in going, go on mate, get your truck moving. Wow, I'm absolutely leaving the Celica for dust. Oh yeah. We're driving a truck and we're absolutely flying. Strange that the Renault 5 has disappeared. I find that odd because we're definitely going in the same direction, so it must be the same race. So I'm a bit confused on that. I don't know why that car has disappeared. Maybe it's just RNG on what appears. So I always thought it was set cars in the rally stages. I always thought it was set opponents. But apparently it's not, which is fine, it's just interesting. Yes, those pseudo 3D models are hilarious to look at. Yeah, this is pure power, this. Well, that's made all the difference, people. But we've not won yet. We've got to go across the bridge first. I'm not celebrating until I'm over the bridge. Well, actually, I'm not celebrating until I'm over the finish line, let alone the bridge. So there we go. The Dodge Ram 1500 Lorem Hemi has come ahead of the Toyota Celica by quite a long way. 12 seconds. Quite impressive. Yeah. Dirt at Cathedral Rocks. We've managed to win. So the question is, do we get a car for that? I'm not sure. Let's find out. Yep, we got through the 90-lap race, Queen, and we are now messing about in the rally stages, doing the least rally driving car in the world. Oh! We've won a Range Rover! We've won a Range Rover, people! Let's quickly save my game, so that's now saved. As we are now driving in the Dodge Ram. So Yosemite Rally 2, and then we've got some of the normal difficulty ones as well. Out of curiosity, how will this hold up at the normal difficulty, where it's longer? Yes, that's right, Queen. We're taking a Dodge Ram pickup truck into the rally stages. We're going rally driving in a pickup truck. We're up against the Mitsubishi Evo 6, so this is going to be interesting. I'm not expecting to win this. I'm really not expecting to get anywhere near it. I reckon this is where the game's going to go cute. You've had your fun, now deal with it, kind of thing. But let's find out. Yeah, that's right, Queen. Check it out. We are rally driving in a pickup truck. Keep your Lancia Delta S4s. Keep your Peugeot 205s. Keep your Toyota Celica GT4s. I've got an American pickup truck. I got all I need. I got me two of my greatest friends, country and western. It's all I need. I thought I'd show it off in chase cam purely because it's the most ridiculous thing in the world. How can a pickup truck be holding its own against an actually purpose-built rally car? Because America, fuck yeah, apparently. But the fans in the Swiss Alps can't believe what they're seeing. A country bumpkin has turned up in their pickup truck and started to smash a rally driving legend into the dirt. Quite literally. Because this is a dirt rally and this pickup truck is just going brr. We've got 2 more laps, including this one. This could be a pretty... Do this rally and that could be a fun way to end the stream. A little bit of rally driving in a pickup truck. I don't care about winning by a long way. I don't care about winning by anything less. I don't care if I win by by a millisecond. If I can win, I can win. And if I control the computer by winning in a gigantically very heavy, ridiculous Dodge Ram, then I'm going to. Yep. This is insane, isn't it, people? I'm driving a Dodge Ram twin cab on a rally stage. And I'm winning. This is the kind of thing you would have seen on Top Gear years ago as a silly stunt. But no, I'm doing it on a game, for real. I'm amazed this truck isn't flipping over because of the sheer amount of weight. It weighs nearly 2 tons, and that's with 3 stages of weight reduction taken off it. I saved something daft like a quarter of a ton, and it's still barely under 2 tons. Oh, good lord, no, I wouldn't take a pickup truck to rally driving for real. I wouldn't have a clue what I was doing. This is an absolute pasting. I can't believe this has worked. But unbelievably, on this rally stage, this car is king. We're going to win, and we're going to win clean. We're going to smash a rally driving legend on their own stage. Oh yeah. The Dodge Ram. Is it even going to tell us how fast it's gone? No. It didn't even finish. It was that slow. Yeah. Let's watch the dramatic replay, people. Watch this. This is how you go rally driving in Gran Turismo 4. Check it out. There it is. Mitsubishi Evo. And the truck's like, what are you doing? Get out of my way. Yeah, look how dramatic that is. Feel the speed. Feel the speed. This is like one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. Camera guy can't keep up. Nice wide angle being taken there by the Ram, using all the road available and more. Throwing the dust up in the air. Not quite sure why we were looking the wrong way around them, but you tell me, I don't know. See, this looks quite impressive, but it actually wasn't that impressive to watch, was it? When was the last time you saw anything as ridiculous as that? Answer about 15 minutes ago when I started doing this. Yep, so that's one lap of the Swiss Alps in a Dodge Ram pickup truck. Who says you have to have a sports car to be a rally driver, eh? I can win in a pickup truck. But now we've got a second race to do. We've got to go backwards. We've got to go the other way. Now that could be much more challenging, but we shall see. We've still got plenty of races we can do. There's loads of races available, so we can have a lot of fun with this. It's like that Toby Keith song, I like my truck. It's a bit like that. Yes, we're up against another Mitsubishi Evo. This time it's a Rally Evo 4 from the very first game. It's an actual racing modified one this time. This might be much harder. We're actually up against a proper Rally Art one, a proper modified car. Let's see. Oh, that's not going to help. He gave me a penalty, the bastard. I can't see me winning this one now, because if that's an actual modified rally car, it's going to be much more powerful. But we shall see. Because in this game there's no such thing as racing modifications, so it's not like I'm up against a standard car cosplaying as one of the rally cars. That actually will be one of them. Oops, sorry dude, you got in my way and you hit me. Please don't hit my truck. Will you please stop hitting my truck? I know it's big, I know it's bulky, but it doesn't mean you've got a right to smack into the back of it all the time. That got me a penalty because he put his car in the way. But amazingly, we're keeping in touch despite the penalties. Despite the penalties, we're actually keeping in touch with the damn thing. I'm surprised. If you're going to give me a penalty, you're not driving past me. No, but not. Amazingly, that doesn't count as a penalty. I don't know how, because I crashed. I'm not complaining. Whereas that did count as a penalty. Guess you can't get a penalty when you've already got a penalty, eh, people? That makes no sense, though. Surely it just restart the clock, wouldn't it? Unless they've not coded it for that. Yeah, this is where unfortunately, I can't win this one, I don't think. I think this race is a bridge too far. But we shall keep trying. I quite like the idea of rubbing the computer's face in it right at the end of the stream. Oh, what did I get a penalty for? Apart from crashing into the wall. Come on. It wasn't that big an advantage, computer. Come on, knock it off. That wasn't an advantage. I find it interesting though that the first race on it was a regular car and then suddenly it's an actual rally car. That seems a bit of a gulf in class change to me. It seems a bit silly because you can't have equal races. You either have an equal rally car for the rally race or you have a regular car for the regular race. You don't have either or. If you know what I mean. we're somehow still keeping in touch. Oh, was that cheating? Maybe. Do I care? No. Not at all. Absolutely zero remorse for that. Zero. And for that, we might actually have got ourselves yet another prize car, and that would be a brilliant way to end the stream. As you say, Queen, it was stolen by me. Oh, nice! An actual proper Celica GT4 rally car was our reward for that. Absolute legendary machine. Beautiful. Yes. Call the cops. Call the military. Call the president. I don't care. Because I might have stolen it. But in the eyes of the public, I still won. And on that ridiculous way to get a championship, we are going to end for tonight. And hopefully we'll pick up a bit more of this next week when we are back for more GT4. In 2 nights' time on Friday, we will be carrying on our playthrough of Wild Arms 2, courtesy of the PS5, where we are hoping to find out more about what happened. But until then, thank you all very, very much for watching. And what? There was nothing in the rules that said I couldn't do it.